everybody. So the unit plan that I created was based on time. The essential unit questions that students will be able to answer after finishing the unit. How does time influence our lives? How does time influence when we wake up in the morning, when we go to school, how we know when to go to school, how we tell how long we will be somewhere? How can we use time to make a schedule or a plan for the day? How can we allot time for certain events so that we can get everything done in the day and not scramble to finish? How do time and distance go hand in hand? If something is further away, would it take a shorter or a longer amount of time to get there? And how is time influenced by the moon and the sun? If the sun is directly above us, would that be closer to 12 p.m. or 4 p.m.? If the sun is in the west, is it setting or is it rising? At the end of this unit, students will be able to read a digital and an analog clock and be able to determine what the current time is, calculate the time elapsed, enter the amount of time needed to pass to get to a certain point in time. If it's 12:45, how much time is needed to get to 3 o'clock? If we are doing a lesson or we are doing something for 15 minutes, what time will we be done at? Understand and be able to explain the importance of time and how it influences our lives. Know that the time of day depends on the location of the sun or the moon in the sky. And know that the greater the distance between two locations, the more time it takes to travel. The English Language Arts lesson for this unit, the objective, after reading IQ It's Time as a class, the students will discuss how we use time to plan our days and create a schedule of their time, receiving a schedule of their day, receiving at least a 3 out of 5 on a teacher-created rubric. The standard that this lesson reaches is develop and answer questions to demonstrate an understanding of key ideas and details in text. One thinking routine that can be used during this lesson is headlines. After completing their daily schedules and understanding the importance of time and schedules, students will write down a headline for the lesson, addressing what they thought was the most important. Students will then be asked to raise their hands and share their ideas with the class. This is the book that we would read as a class. While reading, students will be asked questions about making predictions about what they think is going to happen. The story is about a mouse who is working to get everything done for Parents' Night, but he didn't plan ahead and didn't make enough time in his schedule because it's a very busy day at school. And it focuses on a variety of different time concepts, such as how long a day is, how long an hour is, reading clocks, timing people to see how long it takes for them to get a task done. And then after, students would complete their daily schedule with the time and activities starting from when they wake up in the morning, what time they wake up, brush their teeth, to extracurricular activities, and then eventually when they go to bed, writing the time, AM or PM, and the activity that they completed. The social studies lesson for this unit, the objective, after discussing the location and geography of different United States cities, students will work in groups to examine flights to and from different cities, comparing the duration and distance of 3 different flights, deciding which flight would take the shortest amount of time. Students will complete this process 3 times, recording the flight duration and distance, noting the distance of the shortest and longest flight, receiving at least a 3 out of 5 on a teacher-created rubric. Major concepts that are taught in this lesson: location and geography of many United States cities, understand that the more miles away something is, the longer it takes to get there, compare multiple durations of time, and conclude which one is greater. The standard that this lesson reaches is Standard 3 Geography. This is an example of the worksheet that students would create. Flights A, 1, 2, 3, B, and C are all the same departing and destination, but the duration of the flights would be different. So say Flight A departs at 12:45 and lands at 3 p.m. How long is that flight? And then the miles traveled, how far was the flight? And then they would fill out each flight, the duration